Hello, it's Ryan here. You may remember this piece of wood. This is my tabletop and it attaches to a microphone stand. I've been using these for years. I love them. And I've done a previous video on how to make these tables. But this is taking it a step further to improve your strolling magic. That's what we're talking about today on Ryan's Tips and Tricks for Magicians. So the great thing about this as a table is that this is all you need. The bottom has a flange on it that attaches to a microphone stand. Any microphone stand in the world will attach to this. And it creates a nice little side table, just the perfect size for me to put a case on, to put props on. I usually have 2 of these in my show. The key ingredient for this is right here. This is a female microphone flange. So it has some holes in it. You attach that to the bottom of the stool, and this is just the right size to thread on top of a microphone stand. So you can put whatever you want on top of a microphone stand. My friend James Jordan came up with an application for this that I've seen in action. I was thoroughly impressed, so much that I stole the idea from him with his blessing. And this is it right here. A box. A wooden box. Wooden on all sides. It has a nice soft close-up pad attached to the top, and on the bottom it has, right there, that female microphone flange. Now, this box is just the right size to hold a great number of close-up magic props, more than you would ever need at one event. So the box with the flange attaches onto a microphone stand. So now you have your props, a tabletop surface, and this whole thing, now this is for certain strolling gigs. Maybe there are no tables. Or maybe it's an outdoor festival event like I'm doing on Sunday, which is why I built this. You know, this isn't the sort of thing you'd necessarily use in a restaurant or a banquet setting, but for certain environments, this is going to make all the difference. So I was working at an event with James. He was there with his little box table, and I was just loaded up with my pockets. And what I noticed, the key distinction that made me inspired to build this box myself, was how this little box, he could set it down, he could move it, he could set it in front of him as he approaches a group of people, set this on right beside the group. Suddenly, everyone knows, oh, this is something special. This guy's obviously supposed to be here. He has a table with him. This is serious business. As opposed to me, I'm just walking around, I'm just a guy with a deck of cards. It could be anybody at the party. But this box turned that strolling situation into a performance environment. It's also great for practicality. Simply being able to set something down, as opposed to asking people to juggle wine glasses to hold on to something, can make a big difference and make a better impact on your audience. So this little box, more than just prop storage, can help make a bigger impact at a strolling event. So thank you very much to James Jordan. He adapted my microphone flange table, put it on a box, inspired me to do the same. And I'm looking forward to making a bigger impact at the strolling events that I have this weekend. Now when it comes to actually building this, I'm not a craftsman. This box I found at a thrift store for $3. Now the nice thing about this box, as opposed to some of the other boxes I was looking at, is it's really nice, actually solid wood. And that's something you might want to look for if you're hunting for a box, if you're not making them yourself. So the bottom of the box is solid wood, as thick as the edges of this box. And that's critical because that flange needs to screw into the bottom of the box. And a lot of boxes you'll find have a very thin, cheap bottom. The top looks nice, but the bottom is like very thin and bendy, and I fear if you try to attach it, it may break and may not support the weight of the props. So try and find one that is solid wood with a good strong bottom in order to attach those screws. Specifically, you want something thick enough so that when you put a screw through it won't poke through the other side, right? This is just the right width for these little screws I found. I simply had an old close-up pad that I glued using spray adhesive, and I glued it onto the top of the box, and then I trimmed along the edge. One thing I also did, I noticed the gray foam was kind of showing, so I just simply took a marker across that edge and blackened the foam to match the black top, just so it didn't stick out. Attaching the flange to the bottom is exactly the same as for the table. Just get it in the center, make sure your screws don't go through the other side, pre-drill a little bit depending on your box, and simply attach that. Again, I'm not a craftsman. It took 15 minutes maybe to attach. And that's it. Find a box, put the flange on, and you're ready to make a bigger impact at your next strolling event. Thank you very much. Thanks, James. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Ryan's Tips and Tricks for Magicians.